Tonight we report on money that was stolen from the fairgrounds and shots fired during a party in Moses Lake. What's happening in sports, Bob?
The Mariners pick up a big win over the A's, and the Seahawks and Packers butt heads in the NFL season opener Thursday. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Well, we have rain and snow off to our east, but that will continue to clear the region. I will have your forecast for the Columbia Basin in a minute.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Roughly $17,000 disappeared from Grant County Fairgrounds deposits and checks last year. The Washington State Auditor's Office released the results of a fraud investigation Tuesday. The Auditor's Office was informed about the potential theft on December 26th, following an internal investigation by Grant County officials. The money was stolen between July 2013 and November 2013. Fairgrounds manager Jerry Gingrich explained someone entered the money into the Fairgrounds accounting software, but the money was never deposited into the bank. Both the auditor's office and Gingrich reported there wasn't a way to prove who was responsible for the theft, since the money was usually in a safe where all of the employees had access to it. The thefts allegedly stopped after a bookkeeper was fired from her position. A 20-year-old Moses Lake man was allegedly assaulted and shot at early Sunday morning during a party in Moses Lake. The victim was reportedly at a residence in the 300 block of Matson Drive when he said something that offended others at the party. Two people allegedly began punching and kicking the man. According to Moses Lake Police, while the victim spoke to one of the suspects apologizing for his comments, 23-year-old Moses Lake resident Jose David Hernandez allegedly pulled out a firearm and shot into the ground near the victim, yelling for him to leave. The victim began running and looked back to see Hernandez allegedly point the firearm in his direction and fire again. The victim was not struck by either shot. Hernandez and 28-year-old Moses Lake resident Jose Valenzuela Martin were booked into Grant County Jail on suspicion of assault in the first degree and unlawful possession of a firearm. The Moses Lake Public Library is honoring a woman for her help in keeping the library open. Reporter Jeff Chu has the story.
The late Alice Harwood loved reading, and that was the main reason why she served many years on the North Central Regional Library Board. Barbara Galland, Moses Lake Public Library Foundation Board Secretary, said Alice Harwood was one of the big supporters who helped make the library what it is today.
She apparently must have always liked libraries because when the Regional Library District was set up in 1963, she was here and became a director of the North Central Regional Library in 1970.
Galland said a $10,000 donation from the Harwood family given in Alice Harwood's name is the largest individual donation to the foundation. A 9 a.m. Friday ceremony at Moses Lake Public Library, 418 East 5th Avenue, will include the official hanging of a plaque in Alice Harwood's honor. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
The Lake Valley Baptist Church in Moses Lake sustained significant damage in a fire Monday morning. Moses Lake Fire Chief Tom Taylor said crews were on the scene for about 3 hours extinguishing the fire at the church on Valley Road. The cause of the fire is undetermined and does not appear suspicious. The fire appeared to have started in the elevator area of the building, and the church was unoccupied at the time. Taylor said it took quite a bit of effort for the firefighters to be able to cut a hole in the roof of the church to keep the fire from spreading further. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.